Welcome to the Great Marathon 3000. Hello, we are with Malik Muhammad, and we are in the UK. And Malik is an empowerment strategies consultant, and I love it because you don't only go to the enterprise, you go to a nursery as well. And you have a book and you have many tips for us. Do you want to present yourself, and then we will talk a little bit more about education and what you do?
Sure, Noemi.
Please.
Thank
And thank you for your time. I know it's late.
Noemi, listen, thank you for your time. It's always important for good people to come together and exchange ideas. So it's
Thank
an honor
you.
for me to be here on your platform with your viewers internationally. And as you mentioned, with regards to empowerment strategies, I enjoy, Noemi, working with early years. And what we do basically is at that stage, their minds are very sharp. They enjoy many things and their attention span is very limited. And so what I do, for example, is here in London, I volunteer in a nursery and we
Oh,
do
yeah, they are very small. How old are you?
very small, anywhere from 1 to 4 years old.
Oh my God.
Right? Yeah,
Okay.
they're all
One
under
to 4 years old.
yeah, they're all under 5, right? And what we do is we do empowerment mastery sessions where we do storytelling, we do role plays, we also make up mantras and affirmations. And so we go in the class, we will gather round in a circle, and we'll start off by doing some breathing to keep their minds focused. And
Uh-huh.
to change the atmosphere, we say,
Uh-huh.
what sound does a lion make? And they'll all go, roar, right? And then we run around the nursery for a little while, and then we stop, and we may incorporate some of the fruits, pictures of fruits on the ground, or numbers, or squares, or whatever toys there are at our disposal. And then, Noemi, we'll make up a story on the spot. So I will say, give me one word. How do you feel? What's that over there? What did you do this morning? And then we tie it together and create a story. And in that, we embed certain keywords and phrases and experiences. And we always end the session with a mantra. So, for example, I may say after me, class, I am great. And then, because their minds are so sharp, I try to stretch their minds by introducing words that they have no idea what it may mean. For instance, I would say, I am a visionary.
Wow.
And their response is normally, Sir, Mr. Mohammed, what is visionary? And I will say, well, point to somebody they admire or somebody they spoke about in the story and say to them, that's what that person did. You can do that and so much more. And
Wow.
we'll do, we'll do hand movements, etc. And so whether it's in early years or I'm speaking with teenagers or retirement homes or corporate structures, the empowerment mastery system is what we rely on as our core reference system. Those are the values that we try to impart in all of the talks, in everything that's done. And that is the essence of the empowerment strategist consultancy. And the core of it is the empowerment mastery system, Noemi, which has 8 principles.
So that's the 8 steps for
Yes,
empowerment for
yes,
everybody.
indeed.
It can be for an adult or for
Yes, whether you're
youth
adults,
or
whether
little
you're
ones.
retired, yes, irrespective of cultural background, sexual affiliation, geographical location, political concerns, as long as you are human. Because the key here is that I strive to connect with people on a cellular level. So rather than looking at the physical, we look more at the spiritual, not the religious, the spiritual, the unseen power. And so in the same way, Noemi, if you put your finger on your desk and I put my finger beside yours, science shows that your DNA, my DNA, unique. And all of us in the world, we are unique. And so when we get down to the essence of the very atoms within our bodies, what we're doing here is if we want to change attitudes, if we want to create new ways of thinking and new ways of being, it's important to connect on a cellular level. And so from a neuroscience perspective, what we do is we look at ways in which we can look at the essence of the individual, tailor the program to create change within them, whether they are in early years or they're retired, and everybody in between. And it all comes back to the empowerment master system and the 8 principles in there.
Would you like to tell us a little bit the guidelines of the 8 steps?
Sure.
The titles?
Sure. I like to use an acronym, AFFPSRV. That's AFFPSRV. So, A, appreciation. That's about giving thanks for what you have right now. F, flexibility. Life doesn't always come in the way that we want it to come. So we have to be able to adapt in order to grow and change our course sometimes.
We saw that this year, didn't we?
Indeed, Noemi, indeed. The other F is for forgiveness of self. Many of us have negative conversations with ourselves. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. Why didn't I do this then? Where is my life going now? And so we have to learn to forgive ourselves so we can create more space to get the positive energy in, to move on, and to do great things in our lives. We have to forgive ourselves. The other P is plan. Plan. Now, if you want to do something in life, you need to be able to at least have a strategy, have an idea of what you want to do with yourself. Then we have the other P, which is purpose. There must be a why in our lives. There must be a reason why we're doing what we're doing. And then the S is self-discipline. Committing ourselves to a particular thing. How many of us want to change our eating habits, but we walk past the McDonald's and think, oh no. Or we see a nice taco and we think, oh no.
Nice
A nice lamb and we think, oh no, right? And so the R is reconnection. Reconnection. In other words, taking time to get back to the essence of who we are as human beings. Whether we meditate, pray, go for a walk, spend time with an elder, spend time with children, reconnection. And the V stands for vision. There must be a grand idea, a long-term concept that we're working towards in our lives. And so these 8 principles, they can be used as in 1 through 8, or you can use 1 or 2 or 3 or a combination, whatever works for you. Because the principles, I derive the principles based on 2 years of research, looking at people who have achieved great things in their lives all over the world, from various parts of the world, various disciplines, different abilities. And what I found, Noemi, was that when I put it on a graph, there were certain values that all of these people shared. And I looked at about 70 to 75 people from all walks of life, intergenerational as well. And when I put it on the graph, I then made up the terms that now come through as these principles. And so this is why the Empowerment Master System works. It's based on credible evidence. It's based on the testimonials of companies and people who use them. And more importantly, they are tailored specifically to the person or persons who want to use them. So that's the essence of the Empowerment Mastery
Okay.
System. And a deeper explanation can be found on my website, which is malikmohammed.com. It has all the diagrams, all the information, etc. on there.
So we will repeat the website so we can put it under.
Oh, sure. Thank you. No,
Okay.
it's Malik
Muhammad with 2MAD.com.
Yes.
And what about your book?
Oh, Noemi. Yes.
We want to know about your book. Congratulations.
No, thank you so much. You're most kind. Over the pandemic period, I decided to commit myself to writing this book. And it's called Coffee and Contemplation, a Taste of Empowerment.
So Coffee and Contemplation, a Taste of Empowerment. If I type this in Amazon, I can get the book.
Yes, yes, it's available on Amazon and it's available worldwide on Amazon. And the reason why the title is Coffee and Contemplation is that, Noemi, I find my espresso moment to be a sacred experience for me. Coffee is not just something I drink to keep me awake. Coffee is my sacred moment in my day when I have the melody of a nice espresso on my tongue. It soothes my soul, it expands my mind. And so what I'm encouraging readers to do is, you may not like coffee, you may like tea, you may like water, you may neither like tea nor water nor coffee. Just create a special moment for yourself when you just reflect on your great life, on things that you want to do. And so, hence, coffee and contemplation. It could be called a walk and contemplation, tea and contemplation. And so, because I'm an empowerment strategist consultant, the tagline, the subtitle is A Taste of Empowerment. And in this book, I share 11 perspectives on life, things such as friends and family. I touch on suicide and depression, because many of us, Noemi, you ask me, Malik, how are you? I say, I'm fine. When deep inside, Noemi, I may be carrying a burden that is too difficult to even express. And so I share.
Suicide is a huge issue. I saw yesterday on the on my phone
Yeah.
that Japan this month had more suicide cases than COVID cases.
That's correct.
So
I read
huge. It's tremendous. It really, really broke my heart. It's something we have to attend and fast.
Indeed.
And young people. Mm-hmm.
I read the same report. I read the same reports. And the irony is, when I looked at my data of sales so far worldwide, Noemi, the country that has bought the books the most since being released in August is Japan.
See, wow, thank you for what you do.
Right? It's Japan. And the position that I take on empowerment is that there is no judgment. There is no judgment. All of us have been through certain experiences in our lives. And so it's important to find other ways of helping ourselves, finding and creating opportunities to express and show love and to connect. The very reason why we're even on your platform now is because of the love that we both have for a mutual friend. And so our love for our mutual friend is why you and I created the time to have this special moment together. And that is the power of positive relationships. And in my book, I talk about the importance of good relationships and the power they have. Indeed, good relationships are more valuable than money, than platinum, than diamonds, because they connect with us in a way that cannot be quantified financially. And that's a beautiful thing.
That's true. So you said we are all energy. So this same energy is holding up. How can I say that? Is that
Yes.
The relationship will give such a high energy that it will help me to maintain my life to a high level of energy, which is at the same time love, wisdom, and all that. Is that where the idea is going right now?
Exactly where it's going. Exactly where it's going. And when we are able to understand that we are energy having a physical experience,
Having a physical experience.
right? Energy having a physical experience, then we know that once we are able to guide and protect and nurture our energy level, then we see the physical manifestation. Because when we appreciate how sacred energy and consciousness is, then we will think carefully about how we live, what we wear, what we eat, the thoughts we think, the people we connect with. And then, like a ripple effect, we can impact the world. And this is the essence, Noemi, of what empowerment strategies is about.
I was about to ask you a message for the word, but you just said it in such beautiful words. But if you want to add something to that and to send a message to everybody, please,
What,
please
what,
do.
what I would suggest, Naomi, is this. I would say to your listeners worldwide, appreciate and value who you are as you are. You are special. There is no mistake in the way you look, how you think, where you live. So love and appreciate and embrace yourself as you are, your culture, the foods you have, everything about you. And now think of where you want to be and start making small, consistent steps. Value the friendships you have around you, appreciate how far you have come, and in spite of everything you've been through, you are still here right now in this place. And so start where you are, loving yourself, holding positive thoughts. Indeed,
Positive.
indeed, Naomi, I'll close with this. Actually, if you are not visually impaired, look at yourself in the mirror. Look deep into your eyes, into your soul. If you are visually impaired, imagine how you are and hold that in your mind. Either way, see yourself, whether visually or spiritually. See yourself as you want to be and start making consistent steps towards what you see in your mind. That is what I would share with you and your viewers, Naomi. And Naomi, I appreciate you. I have pure love for you. And I
Thank
thank
you.
you for this very special moment that we have had together.
Thank you. I really enjoy the interview. And you are special. We are special. I am special.
Mhm.
We remember that.
Absolutely, Naomi.
Yeah. There is a lot to go on, but we keep in touch.
Indeed, Naomi. Indeed.
I was thinking about, yeah, we are special, not only physically, but on
That's right.
all levels. And that's nice
That's
to remember we are pure light.
indeed.
Yeah, you really touched me.
Naomi, likewise. Likewise. And
Keep
thank
in touch. And we have the website, we have the book.
you.
And sure, for sure, next year we will go on with more,
Indeed, Naomi.
definitely, and more contact all around the world. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, dear Malik, and all the best.
Absolutely.
Bye bye.